Hello, everybody.
Hi, happy Monday.
Happy Monday. I better turn on my volume because otherwise we're going to get it. There we go. Yeah, we're good now.
Hi.
Hello.
What?
I was going to let you take off. You usually start us off.
No. Hi. So we have a big announcement for you tonight, plus some regular Disney news. But we're going to do the announcement first. But before we get started, as usual, please share this feed with your Facebook friends so that we can get the word out, especially because this announcement is a big one. I think it's a big one.
Huge. It's monstrous. Huge. It's Robert Downey. No, it's not.
No, it's not. Not that big.
Jack just knocked down blinds.
Just knocked down blinds. The dogs, it's almost like they know it's 7 o'clock on a Monday.
Well, just Jack. Ava's upstairs, isn't she?
So anyway, yeah, Ava is upstairs tonight, so she doesn't scratch a hole in my leg.
So who's the big announcement? Is it? So it's not Robert Downey Jr.
It's not. Wait, hold on. Also, as usual, please comment where you are watching from so that we can see how far our broadcast goes. Yeah. And if you are watching the replay, just type replay and let us know where you're watching from.
I'm watching it live from Casino.
Are you watching it live?
Yeah, I'm watching it live.
All right.
So should I do my little intro before we go to the video?
Sure.
Hello, welcome to TMSM Weekly Live, show number 127 for August 8th, 2022. I'm Scott.
I'm Michelle.
So like Michelle said, we do have a double guest announcement tonight.
Yes.
From what I'm told, our guests have never been to Florida for a show. This is a first. We were the first ones that they're coming to Orlando for a show for, so we're kind of excited about that. I think it's pretty big. Michelle thinks it's pretty big. It's not Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, Johnny Depp, or any of those people.
It's Johnny Depp.
It's pretty big though. So are we ready to go with it?
Without further ado, let's do it.
And I will mention the video. There's one part at the very end where it skipped a clip for some reason, which we don't know what happened.
You're still gonna totally get the idea.
You'll get the whole idea.
And then we can get all excited together.
Yes. So are we ready?
Yes.
Let's go.
Give me a break.
Aha. We seem to have a skeptic in our midst. Mr. Dennison, would you care to share your California laid-back tie-dye point of view?
Okay. Granted that you guys here in Salem are all into these black cats and witches and stuff.
Stuff?
Fine. But everyone here knows that Halloween was invented by the candy companies. It's a conspiracy.
It just so happens that Halloween is based on the ancient feast called All Hallows Eve. It's the one night of the year where the spirits of the dead can return to Earth.
Well said, Allison.
In case Jimi Hendrix shows up tonight, here's my number. Stupid cat!
Okay, Max. You've had your fun. It's time to go. Come on, Allison.
Max, she's right. Let's go.
Oh, come on. It's just a bunch of hocus pocus.
Max, I'm not kidding this time. It's time to go. Max, no!
Uh-oh.
That's right. You want to introduce?
Yes. So the House of Mouse Expo is proud to welcome Omri Katz and Vanessa Shaw, who are Max and Allison from Hocus Pocus.
That's right. So the original main two kids from the movie will be at the House of Mouse Expo with us in January. All 3 days. They will both be there all 3 days also.
And don't forget that we have Jason Marsden, who was Binks the cat in Hocus Pocus. And if you notice, Scott put a little, like, what would you call that?
It was like half Marsden and half the Binks cat that on the screen popped up when he goes, "Stupid cat." And then
He had like a half Jason, half Binks, like little pop up in the corner. So as Scott was saying, that Vanessa and Omri have never done a show in Orlando before. So this is going to be the first time that they're together for a show. And actually, they just started doing shows recently, especially Omri, who played Max. He was not on the show circuit so much. So when we did our show last year, and we had Larry and Tobias and Doug Jones, he showed interest in it last year. So we are really excited to be able to welcome them. So so far we have 3 guests from Hocus Pocus.
Yeah, it was actually last year at the show. Tobias had talked to him during our show because he wanted to know how he could be a part of the House of Mouse Expo. So it was Tobias who kind of talked to him, and then Jason, of course. Jason's good friends with both Vanessa and with Omri, so he was able to kind of put in a good word for us. That'd be a good show to attend.
So thank you, Jason Marsden.
Yes, thank you, Jason.
And also, you know, right now there's so much nostalgia, like 90s nostalgia is a big thing right now, like for conventions and such. So we're kind of excited to be able to kind of keep rolling with that. Everybody's into throwbacks. So, and then plus Hocus Pocus is going to be huge. Well, it's big every year, but huge because of the other movie. And I think it's going to bring the movie, the original movie, a whole new audience of people. Or if you're like myself, who absolutely loves this movie. And, you know, like I said, it's a throwback for me because it's one of my favorites.
It really is. So like Michelle said, so that gives us 3 Hocus Pocus so far. So far with our guest announcements. So of course, we have the Pirates of Kevin McNally, Martin Kleba, and Lee Ehrenberg. Brett Iwan still coming. Irene Bedard, Pocahontas. Who else we get? Mary Gibbs.
We have Boo.
Boo from Monsters Inc. Is that everybody we've announced? And now these 2. So was that everybody?
Yeah, and we have quite a guest list so far. So you can get more information at houseofmouseexpo.com. And there are VIP packages. There are day passes. There's weekend. There's all kinds of variety of tickets that you can buy. And there's also a link to stay on site if you choose, where you get free breakfast buffet and free happy hour. Just saying.
And that's 9 celebrities so far announced. We do have more. Last year we only had 12 in attendance, and we are going to surpass that number this year. I dare to say we're only halfway through the announcements. So
it's kind of crazy too, you know, like where are all these people coming from? And the fact that they want to do this show with us is like crazy, but we'll take it.
It really is. It's going to be awesome. We hope all you guys can make it to the show that weekend. Like Michelle said, we have regular day tickets. We have the weekend passes. We have the VIP bundle where you get the shirt, the tote bag, the special lanyard, and all that. And then there's also the one that includes the after hours party, which hopefully we'll have more details on that soon. We're going to talk to our music friend DJ Elliott and see what we can do and see if we can get him back to do the party for us and just have a great night on Saturday. But Friday, Saturday, Sunday, it's going to be a fantastic event. The vendors are going to be excited to be there. We talked to a few vendors last weekend when we were in Tampa.
Oh yeah, we were in Tampa.
We were in Tampa at the Tampa Bay Comic Con out there, and we did get to go around, talk to different people, talk to different artists and such that we're going to try to bring into our show so they can be there for you as well.
Yes. So I hope you're as excited as we are, because I'm like super excited.
Corey said he's checking his calendar. See if he
Corey, you're going to be there. So yay for more Hocus Pocus. I wore my Zero Mux Given shirt just for the occasion. And we're going to talk about Spirit Halloween in a little bit, but this is something new from Spirit Halloween, and it's the book from Hocus Pocus in the beginning of the movie. So
okay, so that's all we have. We'll talk more about the show, I'm sure, at the end of the expo and stuff to give you guys kind of a little recap. But again, we're very excited. Omri Katz, Vanessa Shaw will be there along with Jason Marsden. So that's 3 from Hocus Pocus. Might be a 4th one. We're not sure yet.
It might be.
Might be.
But you have to wait and see.
How do I get Michelle's shirt? Where'd she get that? Oh, she got that one from where?
Etsy. And it was only $15. And I don't know if you can see, it's glitter. I got glitter orange on it because Halloween party starts this week. So you want to start with that?
We can, but Shane finally wrote Guardians today. His wife typed on there.
Oh, and?
Well, he's driving. He can't answer, but he
Okay.
finally got the ride today, so I hope he liked it. It's definitely one of the best rides.
It's like
they've
my
ever
favorite
built.
at
Yeah,
Epcot.
it's awesome.
So yeah,
Very
Zero
cool. Very
Mux
cool.
Given is
You're
on Etsy. Actually, I wanted to make one myself, but we just haven't had time to make shirts, so I bought
I've been
one.
a tad bit busy.
But so
Okay, so next we're gonna talk about Mickey and Minnie, or Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party returns to the Magic Kingdom this Friday. Woo, after what, 2 years? 19 was the last one.
19
So
was the
3
last one.
Yeah, 3
So
years left.
it is making its triumphant return with the Hocus Pocus Villain Spelltacular show is back.
Very excited that after last year we worried that maybe we weren't ever going to get Mickey's Not So Scary again because of the way they changed it up last year. They didn't do the party, but I'm glad they did. I'm glad they're bringing the party back. We're going to get Jack Skellington out there to do the fireworks like we saw. Because we only saw that in 19 where Jack actually, the big puppet of Jack walks out on stage and the fireworks launch based on that. So like Michelle said, we get the Villain Spelltacular.
Hocus Pocus Villain Spelltacular.
The parade. Which is,
yes, Boo to You Parade, which is like my favorite parade. It's the best. And you know that song sticks in your head for days and days and days.
Just like Small World.
I think it sticks even more than Small World. But it's kind of a good stick because it's just, I mean, I sing it to the dogs. I mean, You're missing the best part of the party though. Candy. I'm dieting.
I'm not. I'll eat your candy too.
You can totally have it.
There's candy everywhere. I'm gonna fill up on it. I'm making up for 3 years of no candy.
I just wonder if they're gonna skimp on the Halloween candy this year.
They better not.
I'm just saying, it's possible.
Everybody gets one piece at each.
You get one piece of candy, like when you go to the trick or treat booth, they're gonna stick one.
I'm gonna reach in there and take more.
No, you won't. So yeah. So all those wonderful things are back. It's Friday the 12th that the party's back, and we will obviously we'll be there to cover. So if you watch our Instagram, Facebook, I'm going to put as much on there as I can as far as social media coverage so that you guys can watch my Instagram stories, watch our Facebook Live, and make sure that we, I'm an oversharer when it comes to covering events. So
definitely, and we'll also be recording everything so we can upload to the YouTube channel afterwards. So that way, in case you do miss the live feeds and such, they will be on YouTube probably by Saturday.
Yeah, we do have a YouTube channel. A lot of people don't know that.
It's very small.
It's small, but it's big.
We want it to grow.
Maybe we would love for it to grow. We have TikTok too, but yeah.
Tickety tock.
So anyway, so that's Halloween party.
And I guess I just want to mention this. If you don't know, Michelle and I will also be at D23 in September. While we're there, we're actually going to the Oogie Boogie Bash, so we'll get to see their Halloween party as well out there, which is going to be really cool.
I'm so tired, you guys. So our show probably will not be an hour. It's got stuff going on, but we will get some things in before.
Definitely. Okay.
All right. So also speaking of Halloween, when we went to Magic Kingdom last week, if you saw, I did some live feeds, and they started with the pumpkins up on, well, now there are some pumpkins on Main Street. They don't have the pumpkin wreaths up yet, that I'm aware. But at the TTC, I did a little video because I got all excited. We were leaving the park and I totally squealed and ran over to where they had like the Boo to You stuff up and, like a sign for Mickey's Not So Scary. And then as we were leaving Magic Kingdom, we were walking through the Emporium and they were just putting out the Halloween purchase for purchase totes, which I should have grabbed that because I do have it.
Yeah. It's big. It's a big
tote, and it's a zipper. A lot of the purchase with purchase bags are just like a little snap or whatever. So this tote is like this. It's a big tote. Oh, I'm sorry, a big tote, and it's got Mickey pumpkins and all that stuff on it, and
it's embroidered.
And it's embroidered. Every time I talk about the tote, he says, "And it's embroidered." Because
doing what we do with Lost Princess Apparel, I know the differences in what materials cost and such, and to have an embroidered bag is a lot nicer than just one that's been silk screened.
Well, but in fairness, at Christmas and Halloween, when they have the purchase with purchase totes, they're all really good quality. Do you guys buy those too? I mean, usually I buy them I right out of the gate. Like when I see it, have to have it. And then by the end of the season, it's usually marked down to like $10.
Autumn, you and your tote bags.
I love a good tote bag. So I have like a bunch because you've been with me when I bought them.
And Mel said Merry Christmas.
Oh yeah, Merry Christmas. Yeah, because and it's funny, you're talking about tote bags. I was just thinking about the Christmas tote bags because they usually have flat on them, and I love me some buffalo flat. So
and you usually buy one for your mom for Christmas.
I do. So when they start marking them down, or you don't have to buy anything else with it, I just buy more tote bags for everybody. So but yeah, so they're $24.99 and
$40
with a $40 purchase. But here's something that you might be wanting to know that maybe if you didn't know. So I bought the Haunted Mansion cardigan back in Memento Mori. And when we were leaving the park, that's when I saw the tote bags in the Emporium. And I had to spend $40, so I wasn't going to spend another $40 because there was nothing I wanted and we're on a budget. So I asked the cast member, I bought something else in the park today. Does that count?
We had the receipt to show that it was.
Yeah. So even though even though they didn't have the purchase with purchase stuff in Memento Mori, I showed them the receipt that I did buy something in the park that was over $40, and they let me buy the tote bag right there.
Yep.
I mean, you don't get a discount with the tote bag because it's purchase for purchase, like annual pass holder. You don't.
Yeah,
so it's $24.99.
If they did though, somebody gets to use that, good for you, because it's another $5 off.
Right? Because I wanted to use a discount, and he's like, you can't do that. So. But yeah, so even though I didn't buy anything in the Emporium, I was able to get the tote bag.
That's right.
Does that make sense?
It makes sense.
All right.
I was there, so that's why I know it makes sense.
Yeah. And the poor lady, the bags just came out, and the lady
Yeah.
had to go ask a bunch of different people, you know, a couple of different cast
How do I
members
bring it up?
because nobody knew if you were allowed to do that. And then she thanked me. I felt bad, but she thanked me because then she got that answer. So when someone else asked that question, that they all know about it now.
Yeah, but they literally told us they had just come out. We were only at the park a couple hours, and they weren't there when we walked through. Because we always walk through the Emporium when we get there. We always walk on the way out, and they weren't there when we walked through the first time.
No, they were not, because I saw them and I was like, I have to have
She
it.
squealed, and I went to look for a watch band, and she was still squealing when I found it.
Like, I have to have it. And the thing is, I don't even need another tote bag. I don't need another tote bag, but I needed another.
It's like a
tote
Loungefly
bag.
backpack. So you don't need
I have not bought Loungefly in a long time, or spirit jerseys.
or ears.
Or ears. Well, actually, no. Didn't I buy a pair of ears recently? I don't remember. But because didn't I buy ears? I thought I bought ears. Anyway, so I'm trying to watch what I buy because there's such a thing as too much of a good thing. Not with the tote bags, but.
Because you can put tote bags inside of each other, and
Right,
it saves room.
right, yeah. So, and that's another thing. So they even though the Halloween stuff is on Shop Disney, by the way, most of it.
Mm-hmm.
The actual party merchandise and all that good stuff, we will have photos and video of on Friday. But they're already they put out a ton of Haunted Mansion merchandise. There's, what is it? Oh, the cardigan thingy.
The cardigan, they had the Tommy Bahama button-down men's shirt is the one that's going viral everywhere. That's there. It is a nice shirt. I did not get it, but it is nice. What else did they have? They have new glow-in-the-dark stuff.
Yeah. They have a sweatshirt. They have they put the what do they call them things? The Crocs back out, the Haunted Mansion Crocs. There's like a flannel that they put out.
Oh, that's right, the new flannel jacket you said.
Yeah, I know Andrew's gonna want that. But anyway, they have all kinds of Hocus Pocus. That's coming. Haunted Mansion stuff. But for the Halloween stuff, there's a lot of Hocus Pocus because everything is about Hocus Pocus this year because of the movie.
And we got to see a sneak preview of the merchandise a while back. We're still on our embargo to show it to you guys, but there's a lot of Hocus Pocus coming up this week. A lot.
Yeah. Well, some of it's on Shop Disney.
Is it?
It's like they released most, but not all.
Stuff, right?
No, not specific party merchandise. Because I know last year when they had the Boo Bash, they didn't have granted they didn't go over very well, but they didn't have specific merchandise for the Boo Bash. So I'm hoping that they have like a whole line of party stuff.
I think they will. I think we'll go back to how it used to be, where you get the different shirts, pass holder shirts, such like that. So I think we'll have quite a bit, and of course there'll be pins and such like that. With ears, there'll be special ears, I guess.
Yeah, I did see a pair of ears, and the ears online match the really cool new tote bag also. What?
Nothing.
I really should have brought the tote bag
you
up.
have to
Sorry. All right. Anyway, actually, there's video and pictures of it on our social media. So, and to keep going with Halloween before we switch to something else again, check this out, you guys. Okay, so it's leather, right? And we got it at Spirit Halloween. And being that, I don't know if you can see, it's like the book from the movie. And but it's like a notebook, and it was only $16.99 at Spirit Halloween. And they had a Haunted Mansion. They had all kinds, and they're really good quality. I'm actually going to use it for notes for House of Mouse because this year my friends are telling me I have to be organized for the expo. So I actually got a book to write stuff down. Now, whether I do it or not, that's a whole other situation.
If the books gets left at the house while we're on the way to the expo, then it won't matter.
Yeah, that's true. So anyway, so I did do a little video. I don't know if you saw it. I put it on Instagram. I put it on Facebook of a little like quick preview of what they had at Spirit Halloween. And they do have Haunted Mansion home decor again this year, like kitchen towels and the wreath. Well, the wreath was sold out, but they had like a light up fireplace thing. They had.
We should put that on the table tonight.
Crap. Yeah, we should have.
Crap.
Mugs, of course. What else?
I thought something was cool this year. They had more masks than I've seen in the past of like licensed characters from Star Wars. So they had Boss, they had a Tusken Raider mask, which were the full head masks that they sold. Plus they had Universal monsters, so they had Frank and stuff like that, which were really cool masks. I really like those a lot.
Yeah. The only thing is though,
they're expensive.
Well, they're expensive, and
Claire said you need a keeper of the book so that it doesn't.
Does someone? One of our lovely volunteers want to hold my book for me so I don't lose it? Because that could happen. That could happen. It's quite probable.
I'm gonna put money on that one.
Okay, so they don't have like the stores just open, and they had a lot of like coming soon stuff. And I know that not all the Spirit Halloweens are open, but the one we went to, it had Hocus Pocus stuff. They had like Nightmare Before Christmas. They had like a lot of throws, like blankets. They did it. What's weird, you could tell that they're filling stuff in because, like, just for example, like the Hocus Pocus costumes, they only had like Winnie wigs. They had Billy Butcherson's outfit. But you can tell they're still stocking up. They had Mickey and Minnie and Stitch and Lilo.
They had the Billy head decorations.
Oh yeah, they had the Billy head that you could like put up in your house if you really want a head hanging in your house. That's an option. What else? What else do they have?
They had a lot. The store we went to actually was a smaller
it was really
Halloween.
Small. Yeah.
But we know we're lucky that they open here early, and I think a lot of it's because Disney starts this week with the party. So people who want costumes and such, they have to have the stores ready to go in here. So I remember a few years ago, I think it was a party in early September. We couldn't find Halloween costumes anywhere.
We could not. That was like one of our first Halloween parties, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And we drove everywhere to try to find costumes. We even went to Party City, which it has costumes. They didn't even have costumes here. And I don't even remember what we did.
I don't think we ended up wearing any costumes.
Or just our Halloween shirts. And that's another thing. So this guy here had the brilliant idea that we're gonna wear costumes this year on Friday. Mm-hmm. We're going to be dying. It's going to be really hot.
We're going as ghosts.
So we're not going to tell you what we're going to be. You have to watch the pictures. And don't make fun of us when we post it. But we will have to get some pictures before we melt. I'm contemplating bringing a shirt and a pair of leggings or a skirt or something in case we're dying in those outfits.
Change into it.
You're going to be dying in yours. Oh, no, he won't. He gets overheated in a regular t-shirt. I can't imagine what it's going to be like for
I'll
you.
be fine.
I feel sorry.
That Chewbacca costume is not that thick.
This is all him, mind you. This is all him this time. He's all excited about it.
Something we've talked about since we moved here. We never done it.
See, and that's the thing. A lot of people that are up north and such, they're like, it's too early for Halloween. And we used to feel that way too, but then when we moved here, they start so early down here, as far as, getting ready, they're already putting props up at Universal for Horror Nights. This week, Magic Kingdom will be full of pumpkins. And then with the party starting, it's just, you get accustomed to it. And even though it's terribly, terribly hot here,
it's been really hot. Today wasn't too bad.
I haven't left the house today.
The rain has been knocking the heat down when it finally starts.
The rain isn't bad, but hopefully, maybe even if we get a little rain on Friday and then maybe cool things down, we'll see. But anyway, so you're gonna want to watch on Friday because I'm gonna have footage.
So the party starts at 7. It goes till 1 or is it midnight? I can't remember.
I know they do a Hocus Pocus show at
midnight.
So
that's when the party ends.
I believe so. And then they try to get everybody out after that.
but everybody's gonna be buying their merchandise and such on the way out. So we will be there Friday. Just watch our social media. You will see
In our
everything
sweltering hot costumes.
See, she's already making it like it's gonna be bad.
I'm worried about it.
Positive thinking there.
Yeah, all right. Anyway. So, also when we were at Magic Kingdom, let's just be real and let's talk about food for a second. So the park food has been really crappy for a while as far as like the walk-ups. And you get tired of eating the same junk because you just do.
These are the opinions of Michelle Atwood and not that of the Main Street Mouse.
I'm just calling it like I see it. But everybody feels that way. Us locals do anyway. Maybe we're a little jaded, but anyway. So Tortuga Tavern over by Pirates was actually open. And like a lot of times it's not.
No, a lot of times it's one of those seasonal places that usually opens when it's busier times. But we had seen it probably about a month ago that they were open again with a menu after we had already eaten that day. So we didn't eat that day. But we decided to go back and try it.
Yeah. And what do we get?
So if you go to Casey's Corner, you know they have the different hot dogs. They used to have hot dogs of the month and such. They used to always have the barbecue
hot dog of the month.
Hot dog of the month.
It's like a deli club, but hot dogs.
They used to have the barbecue swallow dog, which was always my favorite one when they have that. Well, they have that back in Tortuga now, along with they had, was it orange chicken? Was that what you got?
Yeah, it was like an orange chicken, but basically it was chicken tenders, but it had like this orange ginger like glaze on it, but they don't have ranch, just FYI, because I asked. But I dipped it a little bit in honey mustard, and it was pretty good.
That actually tasted good. And then they come with chips. Yeah, homemade chips.
Yes. So I really like. Do you guys remember years ago, like what do you call it? What?
Autumn.
Wait, I can't.
I'm sorry. Are you saying the horrible food options in MK are in fact horrible?
Yes. See, I can't see comments for some reason. I'm like, it's just I can see who's watching. People pop on, but I can't see comments.
But they also had a teriyaki burger there.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to think. I thought they had another thing. I can't remember what it was.
Do y'all remember when years ago Cosmic Rays used to sell the homemade chips,
yeah,
and they put a little bit of Parmesan on it, and you could actually get a little cup to go if you wanted to. I loved those things. I think that there's really something to be said for homemade, like house-made chips, because they're really good.
And she don't like the fries at Disney.
So I don't like the fries anymore at Disney either. So I have to put tons of ketchup on them. I don't really care for them.
Yes, I do.
What?
Oh no, Autumn's like, do you remember when Tortuga had good food like barbecue and make your own taco bar? Then they went to turkey leg and turkey legs.
Yeah. Well, now they have hot dogs and like orange chicken and chips.
The one that I wish would open over at Epcot is the pizza window.
He gets all upset about the pizza window.
I don't get upset. It's just don't say it's seasonal when it's been 4 seasons and it still doesn't open.
Yeah, that's true. We always go check to see if the pizza window is open by Via Napoli, and it's never open.
No.
But maybe it will be in the fall.
I hope so.
Because I know we used to get it. I just don't remember what season we used to get it in.
I don't know, because we've been through all 4 seasons and I haven't seen it yet. So.
Yeah, but that's good pizza. All right. Anyway, so Tortuga was open and it was good.
It was good.
It wasn't bad. I would do that again over, say, Cosmic Rays.
Cosmic Rays is usually our default because they have the largest menu selection, so we'll go there. Even though we both always get the exact same thing when we go there, so it's not even like we care about that. But that's usually our go-to. It used to be Pecos Bills would be our go-to.
Yeah, and Pecos Bills isn't what it used to be either.
No, it's not. It's okay. I don't say it's great. Usually we prefer to do the sit-downs if we can because you get a better meal, and if you're a pass holder, you're discounted most sit-down meals.
And see, for me, I'm fine with going to Starbucks and getting like one of the all-day breakfast sandwiches that you don't like, but I'm good with that.
And now they have chicken tender subs.
Yeah, they have chicken tender subs now at Disney Starbucks.
Yeah. Yeah, we saw that the other day. Probably no ranch though.
Probably no ranch. All right. I can't.
So what was next?
All right. Anyway, no, I have John messaging me on the side, and he doesn't realize I'm live right now. Some friend you are, John.
Yeah. Thanks, John.
Anyway, all right. So what else did we do? If you watched my live feed on Saturday, we went to see Joey Fatone Friends at Epcot. Now that's they do such a good show, and so Joey Fatone from NSYNC, as you know, has
and Fat Ones.
and Fat Ones Hot Dogs. Speaking of hot dogs, it has people like each show they bring out a different friend. This is Joey Fatone and Friends. So we saw the early show with Ryan Cabrera and who was the other one? Was it just Ryan Cabrera?
It was Ryan, and then a girl, a new singer that they're trying to bring up. They brought her on stage. She was a good singer, and then they had the violin player.
Yeah.
I cannot remember his name. But he's
Me
really
either,
good.
but he's really good.
He's really good. He actually opened both those two shows we went to.
Yes, and then the second show he had MC Search from Third Base. Now that's old school hip hop, which is totally our thing, being from the D. And
and then he had Murr from
Impractical Jokers,
which was cool because Murr was at the convention we were at last weekend, so it was kind of cool to see he was still in town, and Joey had him on stage. I guess that he was there Friday night as well. We didn't go Friday night, so it was MC Search and Murr were there on Friday, and again Saturday. And last night I know it was Chris Kirkpatrick, but I don't know who else was there. We didn't go last night.
I don't know. We were gonna go tonight, but we were talking to you lovely folks instead.
Yeah, we just have a lot going on.
We do have a lot going on. What was I gonna say? Oh, so Murr, they did like a guest at TV show theme, and then they were singing it. Excuse me, and trying to get people to guess. And it was easy stuff. It was like cheers and.
I think they were trying to test the band also to see if they could play the music of these shows. So, because some of them were people shouting a show from the audience, and then they went to the musicians and they played the theme. Like they did the Flintstones theme out of the blue, and it was like reminded me of when I was a kid.
Yeah, he puts on a really good show. So then afterwards, we actually we talked to MC Search because. We actually, do you guys remember 3 years ago, I did that interview with Fatone backstage at Epcot. Well, he happened to be back there with him, and we got talking. And he actually used to host a morning show in Detroit, WJLB, years ago. So like, we had like this whole, like we kind of connected based on like he was, did stuff in Detroit, we're from Detroit, blah, blah, blah. But he actually remembered us, which is cool.
It was really cool because he came out of the back area and he saw us and he said, "Hey, how you guys doing?" Pulled us over, pulled us back behind
behind the rope where like the real like celebrities are, and then we got to talk to Joey Fatone for a little bit, who, as you know, I've interviewed him and met him more than one occasion. I've done 2 interviews with Fatone.
I think it was 2 interviews. Yeah, I've done 2 interviews with him. Yeah.
So that's kind of cool. We've got to meet a lot of really interesting people.
We have.
Did you knock down my air freshener? All right. So I hope you enjoyed that little video. It's still on our Facebook page, and it's still I put a little clip on our Instagram also. So there's that.
Cool. Yeah, it was very cool to see. And it was funny, we were talking to MC Search and talking about some of the projects he's working on. And he actually mentioned, he goes, "Yeah, I've been working with Marshall, Eminem." And I'm like, "Oh," that took us right back to the D because he's doing a project right now with Eminem.
But he kept talking about Marshall this and Marshall that, like it's like no biggie. And then us, I'm like, it was kind of cool. Because you hear these people talk about celebrities to you, and you're like, okay.
But it was just really cool because, like Michelle said, Search came from the backstage area, came out front, and he saw us, and he called us over to him, and his wife was there and everything, and he was pulling them backstage. But he took his time and pulled us to the side, talked to us as long as he could, and then he said he had to get ready for the next show.
Yeah. So it was fun. It was nice to talk to Joey Fatone again.
It was nice to talk to both of them. So
yay.
It was great to see all the guys that we had, because Food and Wine's Eat to the Beat stopped. We didn't get to see a concert. So.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
The first, we saw Big Bad Voodoo Daddy a few weeks ago.
They were really good.
They were really good, and then Fatone and Friends were good. I'm waiting for Boys to Men. They're the end of the show.
That's at the end. Yeah, end 3 weeks of the season, in. Right?
Sugar Ray is closing it out this year, which he's really good live. Mark McGrath with the crowd and such.
Yeah, he is a really good showman. He puts on a really good show.
Definitely.
So, and then so we're gonna switch gears for a minute. Like I said, we're not doing a full hour tonight, but we're gonna, before we wrap it up, I thought this was interesting. We're gonna switch over to Universal for a moment. The dark side. Actually, I really do like Universal. Like, if I'm being
You're not
honest.
allowed to say that. You just get kicked off the Disney list.
Probably. So I don't know if you saw this afternoon, Universal put out a, what would you call it?
Just basically like a rule change is what they did, or a guideline change.
Yeah, so they changed some rules over at City Walk. So now on the weekends, if anyone, I wrote it to make sure I don't say it wrong, anyone under 18 has to be out by 9 o'clock.
If you're by yourself.
Unless you are with an adult. So you have to be with parents. You're seeing a movie and you have a ticket for a movie at City Walk, or you are staying on property with your family. Mm-hmm. So they don't want just riffraff in the evening. And now this has prompted this. There's other theme parks. Have you guys seen this? I think it was Knott's Berry in California. That there's a lot of kids just hanging out, and there was fights that happened. That they're putting curfews in because they don't want it to. For whatever reason, people are fighting and whatever else.
And it happened a few weeks ago at Universal in the parking area, the garage area, where a big fight broke out. And
City Walk got evacuated. Yes. Now, I really feel that, that I would have been terrified because from what I saw on, what are you grinning at?
No, because you would have been terrified.
I'd have been terrified if there was like a mass panic and like a stampede and people started running in restaurants and evacuating City Walk because of what was happening. I would have had a meltdown, and I probably would have had a major panic attack.
It wouldn't have bothered me.
Nothing bothers you. It bothered me.
Actually, I probably would have gone to check out the fight.
Well, anyway, so it wasn't just about the fight. There was other things that had happened, and so it was a bad thing. And that same week, there was a big rumble over by
PhilharMagic
and Magic Kingdom. Yeah. So, like, for some reason, everybody's
and there was something that happened on the monorail. Ooh, look at you swearing.
It wasn't the monorail. It was it was a tram. There was people fighting on the tram. Oh. So stop fighting. Just stop fighting so that we don't have these rules changed. I mean,
take your riffraff and get out of my parks.
I don't know. I just feel like the world is a mess. Yes, and everybody. Maybe they go to these places to, people go to these places to get a break, but there's so much tension everywhere, and everybody's like, and I know a lot of it is money because, people come to the parks and they're like, I paid a lot to be here, but we all do. So I don't know if that's part of it, but it makes me really sad that people are fighting, and especially in front of children, that don't do that. And because if they keep that up, I mean, people are wondering, is Disney going to make some sort of a curfew thing?
They should.
I mean, it was all over the news today, and I picked it up from Spectrum News 13. As a matter of fact, I put it in there today, but they said under 18 on the weekends. Now, they did not say what's going to happen during Halloween Horror Nights if that is still going to be there, because there's a lot of teenagers that go to HHN.
But if they have a ticket to go to HHN usually goes to 1 or 2 in the morning.
Yes.
But usually most people who are going to HHN don't want to leave early. They want to get as much as they can in while they're there to his many houses. So yeah. I don't know if they'll be fighting and such there. I think it'd be a lot harder for them to patrol because everybody's in, all the costumes and all the effects and the smoke effects and all that stuff going on. So hopefully Universal just had to watch it. And Universal will. That's the whole thing. They will keep an eye on it.
Yeah, it's just really sad that these things are happening, and
but it's happening all over the world. It's just not at theme parks. It's happening everywhere, and it's just spilling over into the theme parks, which is really sad. That there's
you can't even go to a theme park. There's no reprieve, I guess you could say. I don't know. So anyway, you can read the 18 and under new rule on our site.
And who knows how long it'll be in place too? I'm sure.
Yeah, so now it's 18, which I guess I get.
I'm fine. I'm just over 18.
I don't understand. Like, you dropping your kids off and like, no, okay. So let me just say, back in our day, do you guys remember, those of you in our age group, would if you were a teenager in the 90s like us, our parents used to just drop us off places. Like,
they were trying to get rid of us.
Like your parents would drop you off at the mall or drop you off at the roller rink or the movies, and they'd pick you up. We didn't have cell phones or whatever, and they would pick you back up. Like my mom would be like, okay, what time does the movie start? Okay, it starts at 5. And check the running time. You could call movie phone. You remember calling movie phone to find out like where something is playing? God, I sound really old. You call movie phone to find out like what's playing where, what time, and the running time of the movie.
Yeah.
My mom was so particular about, like, I was super sheltered. My mom would know what time that movie was over.
Michelle, that movie ended 20 minutes ago.
Oh my God, I remember one time, that's true, because one time, I don't remember what movie I went to see, but she knew what time the movie was over at like 10, let's
But Lord
say.
forbid something went wrong with the film and they had to stop it, because they used to have to stop the film, fix it, and restart.
No, she was mad because I didn't get home till like, I want to say like 10:45 or something. And she's like, that movie's been over for a half hour, and it was only 10 minutes away from the house.
10 minutes away, there's 2 lights. Each light, if you wait for the red, is 2.5 minutes.
And it's funny because she used to tell me, one day you're going to thank me for being so hard on you. But one day you're going to be, thank me for being strict. And you know what? She's right, because I think that's why I became a decent human being, because my mother made sure, I think I'm a decent human being. Some may disagree, and that's fine. But that, to teach me respect and, boundaries. How about boundaries? Because that doesn't really happen all that much anymore.
No.
But why do we still have one movie?
I have no idea.
Oh,
There's not getting dropped off where people are
Yes.
dropping their kids off at
Yes.
theme parks and leaving.
But I can't. My mom would have never dropped me off at a theme park and said bye.
Our closest one was Cedar Point, so it would be quite a drive.
Or I can't see comments, but I thought I saw something. But you say something about the skating rink.
Yeah, Robert Carlson said we got dropped off at an ice skating rink, hoping someone would take me so they didn't have to worry about me anymore.
Yeah. Okay, so I used to take ice skating lessons, so I was always at the ice arena by the house.
And then Heather talks about getting dropped off at the mall.
Yeah.
And such. So yeah, that was how it was.
That's how it was. But now apparently,
It's just crazy though if you think about it, because we used to get dropped off at the mall, and all you had at the mall was a payphone.
Oh God,
And there was usually half of them were broken. So
and we
you had
take
to
like
call.
$5 and go to Taco Bell.
Oh my gosh, you
Because
could eat
that's
like
all you had.
Yeah, but that was like, back in the day, $5 at Taco Bell, you could feed 27 people.
Oh my God, I used to get a bean burrito and a Dr. Pepper,
And still have $3.50
and
left.
still have money to go get like an ice cream or something. Oh my God. God, we sound so old. But I think
Well, Taco Bell, given everything is the exact same thing. A taco has the same stuff that tostada does. A tostada has the same stuff that Mexican pizza. I mean, it's all the same.
it's
just
all
with a
the
different
same
shell.
crap. It's just put together differently. But yeah, I guess, but let's,
Payphone and change.
what?
Oh, it's an ancient culture references. Payphone and change.
Make sure you have money to call home,
Make sure you call.
right? Make sure you have
Here's
quarters.
a quarter. Make sure you call.
My mom would give me like 50 cents just in case I lost one of the quarters.
Sometimes that phone will steal a quarter.
This is true.
And then you call the operator like, this still might mail you a check for 25 cents. Did you ever get that?
No.
I did one time. I called the operator because I was mad because it was the only quarter I had, and they said it was like 20 cents at the time.
Wait a minute. They sent you a
They
check
sent
for a
Michigan
quarter?
Michigan Bell at the time. That goes way back before 18.
Oh God.
They sent a check for 25 cents. It had to cost more than that to send it because the stamp and putting it in the letter and I didn't think they would do it, and they did.
Are you lying?
I swear.
Did anybody know about this? The payphone company will
Well, if
send
you didn't live in Michigan and go to Michigan Bell, you probably wouldn't know. I don't know if they all did, but Michigan Bell.
That is dumb. By the time they print a check and mail it to you, like you gotta have your quarter back. He's telling.
I'm
lies.
not telling lies.
You're
I had a
telling
check for a
lies.
quarter that I actually had to sign over to my mom because I didn't have a checking account at the time, and she had to cash it.
I'm calling BS on that.
I swear. on your life.
Okay.
Yeah, I swear on your life they did that because it was crazy.
Don't swear on my life if you're lying. We already have had a bad luck streak. Do you really want to do that?
I'm not lying. Then you're a goner if I am, because
I know lightning's gonna bust through the house. But yeah, anyway, so this actually kind of goes back to a point that I have.
that we remember stuff that's old.
Yeah. Okay, so but I was talking about nostalgia. And yeah, we were talking about how things were before. And I think, I got another one. So like Stranger Things is all like the thing, and that's all 80s, so that's before that. But all that nostalgia, and people are really into those things right now.
Oh, yeah.
So I think that having like the kids from Hocus Pocus at the expo is going to be really cool because it kind of all like jives with all that stuff.
It did.
You know what I
Yep.
mean? Am I making sense?
Oh,
Or
yeah. It makes complete sense.
no? I can't see comments, so
You don't need to read.
I don't need it.
There's nothing there. It's true. Phone companies would mail 10 cents, John said.
Oh, now you're watching, John, huh? Because I called you out. Did you?
No,
get
he
that?
jumped down when we said something about orange chicken.
So
It's
he
like-
knew we were talking about food?
He got he started twitching here. Food.
He's like, what? Is she talking about food? No, I did mention you, so
Because you're texting her while we're live. And then she looks at her phone and gets distracted from what we're doing. Stop texting.
stop talking to me,
I'm
John.
gonna take her phone away here in the show.
Well, so
Oh, Autumn told him we were live.
Autumn. Okay, so you told him that I.
So he doesn't
was
watch our
talking
show.
about
He
him.
doesn't
John's
watch our show
busy
anymore.
these days. John's got things.
John's playing Animal Crossing.
John's going to Alaska this week, so
He's playing Animal Crossing right now.
Traveler.
Until like 3 in.
We're going to Magic Kingdom. He's going to Alaska.
I wouldn't want to go to Alaska.
It's
cold there.
It's cold.
I left Michigan for a reason.
I guess. Well, I don't know if I have anything else.
One thing I did want to mention, Thursday night we're actually staying at a friend's Airbnb to kind of review it for them Thursday.
So it's Disney artist Jimmy Mulligan.
Right. So Jimmy worked on Tangled and The Princess and the Frog and many other things. But actually, it's his house we're staying at. He's got 2 of them here in the area. And he's letting us stay at one Thursday night to check it out. And he said there's a Harry Potter room that he decorated that he said is really cool. So we'll probably do some videos and stuff from there.
I'll do
over
a
there.
live feed
Yeah.
and I'll put stuff on Instagram too. But yeah, so he's a lot. That's a lot happening right now. What?
No, Randy left Illinois for the same reason I did.
Oh, because it's cold. It's cool. So there's a lot of that happening down here now. As a matter of fact, as far as people, buying like townhouses or condos or whatever and renting them out, because it's cheaper than to stay in a resort.
Right.
Plus, you have your kitchen and you can buy your groceries are expensive too. But
yeah, but if it only benefits you if you're renting a car and such, but then you're gonna have to pay for parking at the parks if you go there. If you're not, pass holder, so you got to weigh the pros and cons, which is better for you.
well, I know Corey doesn't mind staying at like off property at different things, and a lot of the houses in the area that do that, they do like the themed rooms. They have like, I'm sure you've seen it online where they have like a Star Wars room and a Mickey room and whatever rooms.
I know there's one house we've talked about. There's actually quite a few houses, but we've talked about renting it when we do our meetup for our staff. We had talked about there's one that has a full theater, a bowling alley, the infinity pools, all this stuff. And we talked about maybe.
Then you wouldn't want to leave the house.
Yeah, we won't want to leave the house for the meetup. We're going to do that.
Yeah, forget the meetup. Yeah, we always talk about that for meetup weekend, which I know. Oh gosh, yeah, I know. I haven't come up with anything for meetup weekend this year, and I will. And I'm sorry.
If we do it, we might not even do it.
We might do like a mini meetup instead of a big meetup because last year was a bit of a disaster. But we will. I promise you, I will get something together, and it'll probably be November, like a weekend or something, or October. Yeah.
We're busy through
We
January.
got so much going on, but we're gonna try to squeeze something.
The meetup is at the House of Mouse Expo.
Yeah, come to the House of Mouse Expo in January because there's gonna be a lot of Main Streeters there and us. Lucky.
Sorry.
Sorry. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Well, I guess that's it for this week.
Is that all we got?
Um,
I wanted to mention the TMSM fan cruise. Speaking of something with the Main Street Mouse, our fan cruise is in May on the Disney Wish, the ship that is the newest ship sailing. If you want to get information from that, you can go on our website. You'll see a banner there for MEI Mouse Band Travel. And if you click on that, it'll take you to a form page. Just fill out the form with a little bit of information so they can get you a quote, and they'll email that back to you. And then you can decide if you want to go on the Wish with us or not in May.
Yes, it's gonna be fun.
It's going to be a lot of fun, actually.
And the Wish will be like plenty up and running by then.
Yeah, everything should be completely done. The ship should be at 100% ready.
Yeah. And then, so we will not be back live with you next week or the following week. We have some family things to take care of back in Michigan. So we are actually going home next week.
Yeah, we're leaving next week and we go to Michigan for about a week. So we're probably going to leave either Sunday or Monday, and we'll be back the following Monday or Tuesday, depending on how it works with driving and such. But so it won't be on the next 2 weeks. But when we get back 3 weeks from tonight, we will have another guest announcement for you guys. So we got to start getting these guest announcements out because we're going to run out of time.
We do, because we have so many guests.
It's kind of crazy that we're going to run out of time to announce all our guests.
Yeah, and you know, I just want to say that it's been really hard for small businesses right now. Those of you, whatever the small businesses you may have, even if you run a page or a group or whatever. So any shares that you guys can give us as far as like spreading the word about House of Mouse. Main Street Mouse pretty much kind of runs on autopilot, but being that House of Mouse is new, you know, we want people to buy tickets and join us for that weekend. We want vendors to come in for their small businesses. So if you know somebody who's interested in being a vendor, or just if you want to, you know, tell people about buying tickets, they're really reasonable for a whole weekend.
They are. Ticket prices will eventually go up here within the next few weeks, probably. But as of right now, the ticket prices are still pretty low. So if you really want to get your tickets now, it's probably a good idea. And once you buy them, you will be sent an email with your receipt, basically, and that's your ticket. We will have it on our side with your QR code and such, so we'll be able to check you in when you get there.
Yeah, it's going to be so much fun. And like I said, any way that you can help spread the word is so much appreciated.
And if you're a vendor or know any vendors, we're still looking for vendors to fill the vendor room. But this year we've changed up a little bit. So if you came last year, you know, all the celebrities were in a side room, all the vendors were in another room. This year, everybody's going to be in the one big room. So all the celebrities will be in the back of the room, all the vendors will be towards 2/3 of the
There's
front
going to
of the
be
room.
one big happening room.
Yes, and then in that room where the celebrities were last year, we plan to put the 501st in there with some of their props and such that you can go do pictures and photo ops with. And we're working on a few other things.
Yeah, so definitely check out housemousexpo.com.
Definitely, yes.
And that is it. So I will of course still be posting on social media to let you guys know about news and whatever else.
Even
And
for
definitely this weekend from Magic Kingdom because of Halloween. So make sure you follow all our social media on Friday, because I will do as much as I possibly can to get you all the scoop on all the Halloween festivities.
I'll show you the candy.
I'll be doing the reporting. He'll be getting candy. So you can follow what I'm doing.
Hey, I'm getting our money back for what it costs for tickets.
So yeah, Friday, Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you for all your support. We love you guys so much, and we appreciate you. And until next time, you guys take care, okay? And we'll see you real soon.